Hey, and welcome back to another video. So out of the blue, something just popped up that really caught me off guard. Like, I was not expecting this, and expecting Apple of all people to do something like this. This was like, holy cow, like, I don't know, this thing just came out of the blue. Apple announces self-service repair. Now, there's a lot to discuss about this, and there's so much detail that have still not been released. But Apple has a page up on their website now that basically outlines what they're going to do when this service basically goes online someday. Now, what is self-service repair? So what Apple says is they'll be providing parts for individual customers or businesses, meaning third-party repair, to do repairs on iPhones, starting with the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 13. And these parts they'll be handing out will be obviously genuine Apple parts. Now, let's start off at the top of the article. It says Apple announces self-service repair. Apple parts, tools, manuals starting with the 12 and the 13 available to individual customers. Apple today announced self-service repair, which will allow customers who are comfortable with completing their own repairs access to Apple genuine parts and tools. Available first for the iPhone 12 and 13 lineups, and soon to be followed by Macs featuring M1 chips. So they are a bit vague about the phones. I don't know if older models are getting, whether the 11s are getting them, the 7, the 8, because the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 8 are really popular. They're older, but they're popular. The iPhone 10 is still very popular. It's still a really good design that works. So pretty vague there on what would happen in the future for older models, but the 12 lineup and the 13 lineup is confirmed for sure, followed by the M1 Mac computers as well. Self-service repair will be available early next year, so it's starting next year, probably around February 2022, and it will expand throughout many countries throughout 2022. So it'll start in the US for sure, the US and the EU, and then it'll move on. Now, I'm pretty sure that some countries will be not getting this, and that's the sad reality of stuff. Some countries will just not be getting that, and even if they do, certain tax issues in some countries will just blow these parts out of proportion in terms of price. Like, they'll be extremely expensive. Now, Apple's parts, they have not given a list of parts and pricing yet, but I'm pretty sure these parts are going to be expensive. And in some countries, these things are going to go over the top expensive due to a lack in government subsidies. For example, Singapore is the best example. Singapore, the government subsidizes parts and phones and stuff so that people have more access to them. But some countries, the governments just don't care. So that's going to be a big problem if it eventually goes to a select list of countries, mainly Southeast Asia and stuff. Usually the governments don't give a damn about subsidizing items like this. Anyway, the initial phase of the program will focus on most commonly serviced modules, so the camera, the display, the battery, the stuff that wears out more and breaks easily. So that will be the first bunch of parts available: displays, cameras, and batteries, which is a big thumbs up. Creating greater access to Apple genuine parts gives our customers even more choice if a repair is needed, said Jeff Williams, Apple's chief operating officer. In the past 3 years, Apple has nearly doubled the number of service locations with access to Apple genuine parts, tools, and training, and now we are providing an option for those who wish to complete their own repairs. Apple builds durable products designed to endure the rigors of everyday use. When an Apple product requires repair, it can be serviced by trained technicians using Apple genuine parts at thousands of locations, including Apple in store or by mail, AASPs, independent repair service providers, and now you yourself can do these repairs as well if you're comfortable. And for people like me who do these on the side as a hobby or as a business, I do not do this as a business yet, but I may do it in the future. But as a hobby, this is a huge win for people like me. Now, like I said earlier, the pricing, we don't know the pricing yet, so it could be horrible. I'm very sure these parts are going to be expensive, but this is a step forward nevertheless. Just forget the pricing for a while. This is a huge step forward, and we all probably would have thought like a different company like Motorola, Samsung, or someone would have done this, but Apple doing this. Apple is the most restrictive company of the lot. They restricted so many repairs that if you change the camera module, it gives you this warning. Face ID doesn't work, and all the the usual stuff that iFixit and Louis Rossmann were talking about. But now they do a complete 360 and start selling parts. So that really caught me out there. But anyway, self-service repair. To ensure a customer can safely perform a repair, it's important that they first review the repair manual. So they'll be also releasing repair manuals with these. Then a customer will place an order for the genuine parts and tools using the Apple self-service repair online store, which I'm pretty sure that store will be just the Apple Store and the Apple Store app, just with an additional section for parts. Following the repair, customers who return their used part for recycling will receive credit towards their purchase. So if you return your used or broken part, for example, your display or camera, you'll get credit towards that. So that's also big thumbs up. The new store will offer more than 200 individual parts and tools, enabling customers to complete the most common repairs on iPhone 12 and iPhone 13. Now again, they're emphasizing iPhone 12 and 13. They have not mentioned older iPhones, which is kind of sad, but I do hope they do mention release parts for older iPhones as well. But then there's a production issue because older iPhones parts are no longer being produced, and the only parts that are being produced are the ones that are currently on sale. But that would also include the iPhone 11. I'm using one to record now, and I have another one extra over here, my older iPhone 11, because the iPhone 11 is still on sale, so that would mean the iPhone 11 should have parts around. So I don't know what's going on. And they mentioned the M1 Max as well, so that's a big thumbs up. Self-service repair is intended for individual technicians with the knowledge of blah blah. So they're kind of repeating themselves over here. And let's go down. Expanded access to Apple repairs. In the past 3 years, Apple has nearly doubled the number of they're repeating themselves rapidly, blah, 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 blah. In addition, Apple, they're repeating themselves. By designing products for durability, longevity, and increased repairability, customers enjoy a long-lasting product that holds its value for years. Apple also offers years of software updates. That's true. Apple devices always sell for a higher price. That's fact. That's just downright fact. Whether you like Apple or not, Apple devices always catch a higher price in the second-hand market. And yes, iPhones, iPads, they easily beat out Android when it comes to software updates. The iPad Air 2, I've mentioned that thing multiple times. That supported 8 major OSs and 7 major updates. No other device in history has had 7 major updates. That is in part due to the Apple A8X Tri-Core processor, and that thing was released in 2014, and it did get iPadOS 15. So yes, you can't, whether you like Apple or not, you can't argue with the fact that they have the best support and their devices last longer, and they catch a better higher price basically in the used market. And also, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to leave a like on this video or a dislike, depending on whether you like this video or not. And let me know down in the comment section what you think about Apple's new self-service repair thing. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell notification button to get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'll be covering this topic in detail in the future, as I am a person who does repairs and stuff as well. So this is a big win for me as well. So I'll be definitely covering this in detail in time to come. So please consider hitting that subscribe button. My social media is listed down in the description below as well. Another thing that I was pretty concerned about is, what about Apple Watches? These things are wearables. They break more often. They get slammed against here and there, blah, 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 blah. What about Apple Watches? So if they start doing Apple Watches as well, that'd be a big thumbs up. But Apple Watches are not as easy to repair. There are some professional technicians that ignore these things because they're so hard to repair. Phones, they're easy. They're big. They're easy to remove, blah, 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 blah. And I was wondering what sort of tools will Apple be selling. So it'll be like heat guns, probably. I'm just going to talk about the tools first. Screwdrivers, prying tools. So iFixit might be gonna have a bit of a competition here, but Apple is obviously gonna make them expensive. The parts are definitely, the parts and the tools are definitely gonna be really, really high quality, and the tools will be the same, probably the same things that Apple technicians use in the Apple store. So really, really high quality tools. So they might beat iFixit in terms of tool quality, but pricing is gonna be something definitely that we have to look forward to. It's not gonna be cheap, I can tell you that. It's not gonna be cheap, but whichever side of the aisle you're on, this is a huge win for Right to Repair. This is a massive win. Apple finally realized that, hey, being nasty to our customers and just removing Face ID and stuff when you swap your display, blah 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 blah, that is not the way to go ahead forward. And I honestly think Apple did a big thumbs up, just a big win overall for everyone. I'm really happy with the turnout of this. I was also very, very surprised. So like I said, stay tuned. I'll be covering this in detail. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below, ring that bell notification button, and check out my social media down in the description below. And I will catch you guys in my next video.